Our hearts are certainly with everyone in Los Angeles amid the devastating wildfires, which brings us to today's Kitchen Table Talk. Most of us don't realize we have just 2 minutes, to escape a home fire, according to the American Red Cross. And some fires in the nation's, fires, I should say, home fires specifically, are the nation's most frequent disaster.
Also, according to the American Red Cross, on average, 7 people die every day from a home fire, mostly impacting children and the elderly. That said, today we want to share 7 ways to prepare your family for a home fire. We have John Seward here of the Red Cross. Thank you so much for being here again to discuss. John, you sent me earlier the 7 ways to prepare for a family. Can you go through those with us and the viewers?
Absolutely, Sam. Thanks for having me back. And it's always important when we think about preparing for a home fire, because that's your best thing to do, is to prepare. And we start by the preventive measures, and that's to install the correct number of smoke alarms, right? You want a smoke alarm outside everywhere you're sleeping, inside everywhere you're sleeping. And then you want to teach your children what a smoke alarm sounds like and what to do when you hear a smoke alarm.
Do you actually set it off in that moment?
Actually set it off in that moment so that we start to know, what that noise sounds like, right? We practice at school, so we know what the noise sounds like there. Do the same thing at home. You also want to make sure you have 2 ways to escape any part of your home, and you know where that meeting spot is. So, it could be the door that you came into the room with. It could be a window. You always got to have 2 ways out in case one of those ways doesn't work.
Is it 2 ways, sorry to interrupt, but is it 2 ways, because I'm going to implement this, and Alex and I talked about this. We are going to implement this with our families. Is it 2 ways in every room? Does it depend on how big your house is?
Everywhere you are. So at home, every room that you're in, you want 2 ways in and out, especially if that room is somewhere where you're sleeping, right? So make sure that you're only ever sleeping in a room that has a window so that you have that second way out, because like you said before, you have 2 minutes to get out of your home during a home fire. And you got to remember that once you get out, that you stay out, right? Nothing is valuable enough to go back into a burning home. And make sure that you're teaching your children how to call 911. I like to joke, I know the numbers to 911, right? They're 911, but in the heat of a moment, you got to take a moment to think about making those steps. And then once you get on the phone, that you're providing all that important information to the dispatcher, right? So make sure your kids know what your address is so that the fire department can get to your home. And then make sure that you know the phone numbers for your, the rest of your family, and you have a family emergency contact list so you can get a hold of each other, right? I know in today's day and age, we have all of our phone numbers in our phones, so we might not remember them all. I remember a time when I had to have all my phone numbers memorized because they just weren't in my pocket. It's important that we're reminding and teaching our kids, maybe not all the phone numbers like we did when we were kids, but at least the important phone numbers so that they can get a hold of you, they can get a hold of another trusted adult, so that we can make sure that we're staying connected in those disasters.
Well, everything you say is so important, and I think it's just things I take for granted. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, the house on fire, we're just going to grab everybody and go. But we know it's not that simple, and you've certainly made that clear today.
Great actionable steps. We really appreciate
you, John. Thank you. We are working with the Red Cross to raise donations for those impacted by the wildfires. You can scan this QR code you see on your screen, or you can text CA Wildfires to 90999.